Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Ursa Ryan and this is going to be a guide specifically about how to get a religious domination victory. That's right, I'm showing you another game as to how to really utilise religion in order to get what you need to do done. I cannot tell you how consistently I read and see guides across the internet and videos from other civ streamers and YouTubers who will just preach to you that religions don't work. Holy sites and getting a religion just isn't worth the time compared to if you were doing other things. I don't agree. I think there's a religion to suit pretty much any game if you know how to use it right, and Domination is no different. Specifically, this is going to be showing you how to use the Crusade religion belief in order to get the domination / religious victory, depending on what you sort of, stumble across during the game. This is one of the few guides I'm going to do where actually, this is 50-50 split. I'm not actually going to tell you that you should be getting a religious victory or a domination victory. The two kind of go hand in hand. We're going to be trying to take over everyone, and we're going to be trying to spread our religion to everyone. It kind of, whichever one wins first. It doesn't matter if you get a religion win or a domination win. We're not doing this for some sort of challenge. We're doing this to learn how to play the game. It doesn't matter which one you get. This guide will do both. If you want to play along with me, I recommend you go and join the Discord link below because I've got the actual save file for this game that you can load onto your computer and play along, and you can play this exact same map. But for those who like to do it the old-fashioned way, there's the map seed and the game seed. It is a 6-player, standard speed, island plates map as Russia, with every single setting left identical, and we are not playing with any of the modes on. No Golden Ages, Secret Societies, Apocalypse modes, all of it is turned off. This is a raw game of Civ 6. We're playing on Emperor difficulty because, again, this is a guide. I want to show you with the computer actually playing reasonably well, which is why we're not on Prince. The Emperor difficulty will challenge you and will actually make sure that you're actually playing properly in order to beat it. But I'm not going to be doing this on Deity because Deity strategies are different. I've actually got other guides. I've got a guide up for every victory condition so far. So if you want to go and have a look at the Domination or Science or Culture or Religion or diplomatic guides, they're all up, and I've also got a deity specific guide for Science and Domination because, again, deity games are slightly different. This is a game, this playthrough is going to show you how to really do this kind of a multiplayer against AI that isn't up to deity standard, but if you can get your head around this strategy, this will serve you really well. There are some really good lessons here. We are going to be playing as Russia. It is no secret, Russia are, I think, my favourite civ in the game because I love a religious game and Russia really do have a very strong religious game. If you want to play this guide as somebody else, any civ in the game can pull off this tactic. It doesn't matter who you are. This domination, religion, crusade combo, it works well with pretty much anyone. I'm doing it with Russia and you can play along and have a go because Russia are a really good introductory civ to get your head around the religion game and to really use the lava districts to get properly into the religion game because you get more points and everything. But there are loads of different civs I'd recommend if you don't want to give Russia a go. Gran Colombia, Mapuche, the Aztecs, India as Chandragupta is pretty good. Mongolia can do this really well, and the obvious choice of the Byzantium Empire. Basil II is just an absolute demon at this. All of those civs, and pretty much anyone in the game, if someone tells you that a civ can't do a particular victory style or they're not suited to it, it's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. You can do this with anybody. I would like to point out as well that one of the biggest flaws I see with people trying to identify how to play Civ 6 really well is what I like to call a polarized strategy, or like a really pinpoint sharp strategy where, for instance, you take Russia. Russia are really good at generating faith and generating production, so they'll pick the religion. Do you remember with the Pantheon bug where you used to be able to make the work ethic on the holy sites go to infinite production just by using the Pantheon bug over and over and over and over? Well, that kind of stuck around a little bit because the work ethic religion, where you get production equal to the lava bonus, and you combine that with the Tundra adjacency Pantheon, the Dance of the Aurora, people were getting lava districts that could get +8, +9 production and then doubling it up. That's what I like to call like a sharp pinpoint strategy because it's using more production and more faith on a civ who does really good production and faith. It's a really big fallacy. Don't play like that. You need to be playing an all-round good game. So if your civ specializes in science, for instance, like Korea, try not going for a science victory, because actually Korea are really good at culture victories, and the reason for that is because yes, they don't get any bonuses to actually producing culture or tourism, but you don't need any bonuses to win a culture victory. All the buildings and all the strategies are in the game to do that. What Korea does is means you can focus on culture and then not fall behind in science, because it just takes like 5 turns in each city once they're established to build a campus. Russia's the same. You don't have to be focusing on faith generation because it kind of happens naturally. So it means we can focus on other stuff, like building armies and, more importantly, getting food. As I say, if you haven't seen my other guides, they are much more comprehensive in me taking like turn 1 strategies and showing you what to do. I'm going to be playing this game by pretty much playing the game and explaining my thought process as I go through. I really hope you enjoy this strategy, because this is one of my favourite strategies in the game. If you don't know about Russia by now, Russia have been in the game since pretty much the beginning. The Grand Embassy you can ignore. Basically it's a passive science and culture bonus to trade routes if you trade with other people, and they are further ahead in the game than you. If you're getting that bonus, you're falling behind and it's helping you to catch back up. If you're winning, it does nothing. It's terrible. It's rubbish. Mother Russia is brilliant. That extra territory is one of the most satisfying things you'll ever do in the game. Founding a city and just going pop with all of your extra, the tiles. It's absolutely brilliant. The +1 faith and production from Tundra is amazing and will help us basically to get a pantheon really quickly. Units not receiving damage from blizzards, that kind of doesn't really matter too much, although we do get a couple of blizzards being near the snow. And doing damage with blizzards, well, that'd be good if you were using soothsayers, to be fair, but it's not like hugely important. Cossacks are really good cavalry units at defending, but not really good at attacking, and lava districts are one of the best districts in the game because it is brilliant. You basically expands your borders when you pop a great person in. It has 2 great person points instead of 1. It's half the time to build it, and it gives you a writer, an artist, and a musician point. All those things are going to be really important because we're going to be using those to get our culture up, and I am not going for a culture victory. This is what I mean. We're playing a smooth general playthrough in order to get the victory type I want by not focusing on the thing that the civ is the best at. Yes, Russia is good at religion, I get that, but we're not going to go super focused on religion. We're going to be crusading, but it's the military I need to take more importance on. Now this is a typical Russia start. We have lots of mountains, we've got lots of woods, there's a lot of production down here once Russia sticks its bonuses in, but food is going to be a huge problem. This is the best tile by far. That's a 4 food tile, we like that, but otherwise it's just these tiles along the coast here are the only food tiles we can really get unless we kind of push our way into this. But I do want to start on the tundra. Russia works best when you have the city centre on a tundra tile. Specifically, we want to be putting all our districts onto flatland featureless tundra tiles because you can't improve those. We're not Canada. We can't stick farms on them. They are pretty useless. So what I'm going to do, this is a 3 food tile. I'm going to need that tile for later. So I'm actually going to move myself down away from the sea a little bit, and you can see, oh look, there we go, that's the gold. That is a dream. A tundra hills tile. In fact, actually, I don't think the deer is on the hills. Oh no, it is a tundra deer hills tile. Oh, that is an amazing tile right there. We're going to pop ourselves, there's St. Petersburg, and what we're going to do is effectively, we need to take the best strategy in any game, which is to focus on getting that settler out as quickly as possible. We should have 2 cities by turn 20. That's the thing you need to be aiming for. 2 cities by turn 20. So what I'm going to do is, I can't build the settler. It doesn't matter how, I mean, look at that tile. That is insane. 1 food, 4 production, 1 faith. It's nuts. But I'm not going to focus on that because I can't build a settler until I've got 2 population. So what I'm going to do is focus work this food tile, which is going to absolutely hemorrhage my production. I'm going to put some work into a builder because I'll need a builder later on. We're going to be talking about builders a lot and how they really sort of help with the game. And then we're going to just explore a little bit and see what we find. Russia always start in the middle of total desert, tundra, and well, hopefully we've got a bit of food. You don't want to isolate yourselves too much. Okay, any game that you focus on a religion, go for astrology. You need to do it. It's just essential. You go for astrology. You need to be getting that as quickly as you can. And if you're lucky, your warrior will find a natural wonder. Normally though, if you're me, you won't find one. Because quite frankly, I'm just really unlucky about finding natural wonders. Unless you play with legendary start. Oh god, there's a scout. We'll keep an eye on him. I just want to see if I can find a tribal hut That would be very handy for me. We won't go too far into the tundra. Oh, hello. Map did a bit strange. Okay, there is a tribal hut. I'm going to go up here in a second, but we're going to take this little tangent down here. Oh, look, do you see? We're at 2 population. I just went a turn too far there. What we're going to do now is we're going to take it off the food tile, and we're going to production focus this. I don't know why it's working that tile over that tile. That's really weird. Huh. Well, anyway, we've now got 11 production, and we're going to jump straight on the settler. We're going to see if we can pump that settler out nice and quick, get the city down by turn 20. Let's get this. Progress towards early empire. Actually, that's a really, really good one, because early empire has colonialization. So we're going to jump towards that pretty soon. Now, this scout is going to have a little investigate and will find me, no doubt. In fact, actually, this settler is being produced very, very quickly. So, actually, I'll just do a little bit of damage to the scout, but I need to bring my warrior back just so I can escort the settler. I'm going to go have a little peek up here, just see what's over in this north corner. It doesn't look like we're going to find a natural wonder, does it? I mean, I've seen people where they kind of lock it in at this point, 7 turns, and then will research something else, just kind of hope they find astrology or a natural wonder. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to force work it. Actually, there's some decent food over here. That's pretty good. Right. We need faith generation, and we need to make sure that our holy sites are giving us lots and lots of faith. Basically, you've got 3 options. If you want to guarantee you get a religion, you go for Divine Spark, because that gives you another great profit point. That works on any civ. You need to be getting those holy sites down as quickly as you can, and you need to be getting as many profit points as you can to get the early religion. So Divine Spark always works really well. Earth Goddess is really good for breathtaking tiles. We've got loads of breathtaking. In fact, actually, these are all breathtaking? No, that's charming. We've got loads of breathtaking this. We could get huge amounts of faith per turn. And it's a really easy one to do. Russia, particularly, however, it works well with Dance of the Aurora. We can get some really, really good holy sites down, and I think that in the longer run is going to do more for us. Although, to be fair, we are going to have lots of breathtaking tiles as we go around, so... what are we going to do? That's actually a good question. I'm so used to going for tundra tiles, because we've got some great lava positioning around here in the tundra, but ultimately, I mean, yeah, we've got some good breathtaking, but we're going to be going to war, so we're not going to be having much breathtaking. We're going to stick with Dance of the Aurora. The other option to go for is religious settlements if it's in the game. That 3 settler is really, really good. However, it's not a 3 settler. It's receiver settler. So when you get that settler, it counts as if you built one, and it makes all future settlers more expensive to buy from that point onwards. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword, and especially if I've only got 1 turn left, not worth it. I'm going to go for Dance of the Aurora. We're going to just keep that one on for now, and we're going to get ourselves a fantastic lava district. Okay, warrior, come back. We're going to go and get you to escort, and I'm going to kind of settle along here. I think the city point is going to be on this tile, because then it's going to get all of this food up here. I don't want to put my cities too close. 5 tiles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the absolute minimum spacing. I'd rather have 6 or 7 tiles, especially with Russia's borders, but because I need huge productive cities later in the game, I don't need really squished, like, high district squishing cities. That doesn't work for me at all. Okay, let's get back up to 2 pop as quickly as we can. So we'll work that tile again. That should get St. Petersburg back up to 2 pop, and we can think about doing it again. Always go for discipline. Survey, if you're building recon units, in my opinion, in most maps, it's not worth it. Scouts, yes, they explore a little bit, and you can get lots of tribal huts and lots of city-states, but you're going to find the city-states eventually anyway. Better to have discipline and warriors, because they will be more relevant later into the game. That is a controversial strategy. Building scouts is no bad thing, and a lot of people swear by building scouts, and I totally get that, and you know what? Fine, I totally appreciate that, but I don't know, for me, it's always worth going the other way. Now, one of the main things you want to try and do is get lots of Eurekas and lots of the boosts, effectively. I can't remember what this one is called. Civic is Eureka. And then the, what is it, Eureka Moment. No, are they both called Eurekas? I can't remember. But basically, you need to be getting as many of these as you can. So improve 3 tiles is a really important one. Discover a second continent. Really important. You're looking towards going towards political philosophy as quickly as we can so we can unlock government, but more important is that we need to unlock temples as soon as we can, because we want to be upgrading our religion as quickly as possible, and I want to be getting scripture, that holy site adjacency bonuses, as quickly as possible as well. So we're going to be sticking to the bottom of the tech tree. It's more important that we do that than it is we go for political philosophy. So I'm going to be going for foreign trade to start with. We've already boosted early empire and mysticism, which is wonderful. We're unlikely to build a wonder, but we are going to get a religion. So drama and poetry is the only one we need to really force. But if you have a look, if we go to theology, we don't need to go to political philosophy or craftsmanship. So that's fine. So here's the builder. We have a lovely little rice resource over there to settle on. We've got a warrior over in this direction, just keeping our settler nice and safe. We want to build the lava districts ASAP, so we're going to be switching next turn. So basically we need to put just a turn's worth of production into something. It's always worth going for builders if you can use them. At this point I don't really have too many things that my builders can do unless I start pushing the food up to and draining the marshes and then putting farms on top of them. So actually builders are always worth going for now, so we'll do that. But anyway, there's astrology. We've founded our city. There's Moscow, which is lovely. There's a scout over here, so we're just going to chase it down and kill it, just so it doesn't plunder us later. And we're going to go for the lava districts here. Okay, so it looks like we've got a lovely +4, which is pretty good. There's a +6 down here, which is better. 75 gold, is it worth it? I personally quite like to keep gold for later, just in case I can purchase in like a shrine or something like that, but we've got a high production start here because Russia always has high production, so I'd rather actually go for the +6 and just plonk it down. I think it's easy, as I say, we need to get the religion first, and there's a lovely +6. As you can see, I'm focusing on using those flat land tundra districts or tiles because they are by far the best thing to do. I'm also going to unlock the food tile briefly, just so I can put some more production into the lava. I'm pretty sure that should help. Yeah, 3 turns, there we go. Just to get the lava down, and then I'll put the food back on once we're ready to go. Now, when it comes to, just generally speaking, is we need as big a cities as possible. We need builders, we need every single tile improved. Basically, the rule is, right, if we have a look at the population, I'm working 2 tiles and neither of those tiles have been improved. So my city's really inefficient. You need as high a population as possible and you need every tile to be worked. So builders are really important, and unlocking everything that builders can do is equally as important. So for me, I need to get to construction as quick as I can, and construction is down this way. Animal husbandry, mining, archery. So those are the ones we're going to focus on to start with. Animal husbandry is really good because it tells you if you've got horses. Just by unlocking horses, if you've got a horse on a tile, it improves the production of the tile. It's through production. Do it as quickly as you can. Let's just get this done. That will boost irrigation. Is it worth now just actually working that tile? Let's see if it does it. Let's see if it takes it to 3 turns. Oh no, that's still technically 2 turns. So that's lovely. Okay, good. So St. Petersburg is now getting some food. So the lava is done. Good thing about Russia is we're very likely to go into at least a normal age at the beginning of the game, if not a golden age, which is lovely. Okay, St. Petersburg is now producing the builder, but getting the religion going is the most important thing we can do. So nobody's getting profit points at the moment. That is a wonderful thing. What we are going to do is that we're going to get the holy site prayers to boost the great profit points. Well, if we were racing people, we'd want to do that. For me, it's really important we get the shrine going because I'm going to try and get feed the world. It's a really important part of any religious victory for me. Work ethic people swear by because of the production bonus it gives, but I'll explain to you in a bit why I think, personally, feed the world is much better than work ethic. So Moscow's just done its lava, which means I'm just going to work in now, lock in that food tile for me. That would be very good. Let's just go back over to the deer and improve that so that I'm getting that extra gold, because that's always going to be a tile I'm going to work. That's too much production to just stand by and not do anything by. We've got to do that, and we'll get the shrine in here. Lovely. So I'm now getting 4 great profit points per turn. I'm due to get a religion pretty quickly. We're going to get the shrine going in 4 turns, which will give me another point. And then I can think about sort of boosting the religion through religious ceremony at that point. Oh look, I love a scout. Alright, well, we need to get our warrior down pretty quickly to stop them from plundering the holy site, which the only problem with that tile down there is it's right on the edge of my empire. Let's get, not pottery, mining. And did we get any horses? Doesn't look like we have any horses, which is really annoying actually. Nope, no horses. I like a horseman rush at the beginning of the game, and not getting horses always really annoys me. Great Bath by turn 28. It's not too bad, we're just waiting for Stonehenge to be picked up. There's the shrine. You can see we're already over halfway to getting a religion. Somebody is now getting a profit point, but we're already on 4 profit points per turn. And because we're Russia, we're getting great writer, artist and musician points. So that is just wonderful. Okay, so for me, the most important thing is to get the religion. So we're just going to quickly get the holy site prayers. Oh look, did you see that? Already they're onto my holy site. The absolute arses. Oh, fine, we'll have to get the slinger. In fact, actually, do I just... Yeah, it's... always go for slingers. Slingers work better than warriors, generally speaking. Warriors are tougher. Obviously, they did plunder it. Arses. But you want to go for slingers because archers are much better than warriors once you upgrade them. Ah, Norway. I wonder where Norway is. I guess it's probably up here. Or they found me on the coast. Send them a delegation. Can't send them open borders just yet. Let's just work this camp. Gives me a little bit more gold per turn and boosts craftsmanship. And then I'm just trying to knock them off the holy site. As you can see, it's really annoying that because it's actually taken 2 of my profit points off per turn. Okay, right, fix it quickly. It's only 2 turns to do it, but it's quite important we do that. There's the scout. We've got our slinger going. Quickly do the holy site prayers. That's all we need. Yeah, look, Viking longship. Lovely. Moscow is on the coast, which is a little bit annoying, so we've got to actually think about going for masonry pretty quickly to get ourselves walls up. But I think what I'll try and do instead is try and diplomacy Norway to my side by making them good friends by trading with them. We'll see if we can do that. Actually, to be fair, masonry is needed for construction, so let's go for masonry. I like avoiding archery for as long as I can get away with it, because building slingers is much quicker than building archers, and then upgrading them is really cheap. So that's pretty easy to do, right? Okay, you can see warrior is now keeping the holy site safe. I've got this slinger on the way to come and protect myself. Oh look, oh, they are really giving me a problem here. Ugh, right, I'll just leave that there. Do I keep the warrior there? Is he going to survive? He probably can survive for 1 turn, so that's fine. I'm going to get the religion anyway. It doesn't matter if I lose this site a little bit. Ouch. That was painful. There you go. That slinger's taken some damage now, and we can move the warrior back. Yes, the holy site will probably be plundered, but with that project done, look, the prophet almost got it now. Wonderful. Okay, now, the next thing we need to do is... mysticism, early empire, these are all really good. I'm going to dip into craftsmanship really quickly to get a gogi, because I need to be able to produce slingers really quickly. Although actually we're already doing it in 2 turns, so quite frankly, don't need it. Let's go for early empire instead to get colonialization. So did you see, if I attack, then I stay alive. So it means if I defend, it's going to be way better because I'm going to have the defensive bonuses there. So that is lovely. Archery, bronze working, both boosted. Lovely. I don't have any quarries to put down. There's no gypsum or stone around me. So that's a little bit of a shame, but never mind. Yeah, just slingers. We need to get about 6 or 7 slingers up if we can help it. That would be a really good addition. They didn't actually pillage me, which is really good. So we can just quickly knock them off the holy site, stop them from doing it. Lovely. Right, you get the shrine up. And we now have John the Baptist. Our religion is sorted. So, in we come. So the crusading cow means only 2 things. Firstly, the crusading cow loves to feed the world. Possibly, out of all of these different options, the best in the game. As I say, work ethic is a really favourite of people, especially people who play Russia, because that is going to be a huge amount of extra production for the cities. So, I mean, to put it in context, that would be 6 production here and 6 production here. And Moscow has 6 production, so that's doubling Moscow's production, and then 15 production for St. Petersburg, so that's almost putting another 30% on it. So Huge deal. So why am I not doing it? Well, we're in tundra. We need food. The more food you have, the more population you have. The more population, the more worked tiles. Once I put a lumber mill on this tile, that's going to be worth 5 production. In order to essentially feed one citizen, enough citizen to work that tile, a city needs to bring in 2 food. Feed the world with a temple and shrine put together gives the city 6 food, which means I'm working 3 tiles more than normal. If I've got 3 improved tiles, it does more than work ethic, and it gives me extra science and culture based on having more population. It means I can build more districts, it means I've got more production for later. It's, trust me, it is better than work ethic. I truly believe that. So feed the world. That's a really, really good one. We need to pick Crusade because it's the most important policy in the game, and this is essentially the core of the strategy. Combat units gain 10 combat strength when within the borders of foreign cities that follow this religion. So, if we can spread our religion to cities and then attack them, all of our combat units have plus 10 strength. It's massive. It is an absolutely massive deal, and we really, really want to be pushing that. I've already got the shrine up in St. Petersburg, so we're already getting the bonus food, even though I'm working pretty much nothing but production and frozen tiles here. I'm still growing pretty quickly. So that is a good result for everyone, I think. If you're ever stuck about what to build, get a builder. As I say, every single tile in our empire needs to be improved and worked. It is so important that we keep that absolutely done. Oh, there's nothing like Norway denouncing you early game. You're like, oh god, what have I done? What have I done to deserve this? Okay, right, there's a salt mine over here, so we're just going to quickly go and salt ourselves to oblivion. Let's get rid of that barbarian scout. Lovely. We need to get the walls up as quickly as we can, actually, just to stop Norway from being able to attack us. And, okay, we've got a lovely place where we might be able to bottleneck this spearman into attacking us, where we can get 2 slingshots in for the price of 1, because I'm just still building slingers. Yep, they fell straight into my trap. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It doesn't matter if they attack me now. I've got them covered. And he's actually running away rather than confronting me. That is brilliantly funny. Okay, right, we'll get this guy to come in instead. We'll trap him. He won't be able to get very far. There is the mine. Lovely. That's a pretty good tile. I'm pretty sure that will work it immediately. Bit more food. 40 gold and a boost towards military tradition. Very good. Oh, poor spearman. Just sort of waiting there. Waiting to die. There's nothing wrong with having a strong capital. I've got a trade route up really quickly. That's another 2 food, 1 production, but more importantly a boost towards currency, which is going to be a lot of help later in the game. I am using my slingers effectively to kind of just like keep an eye on the map. I've got 1 down here, I've got 1 here, I'm going to put 1 up there, I've got another 1 being built to put on this little segment. I want to keep the entirety of my land visible so that barbarians don't spawn anywhere. I can't tell you how annoying barbarians are at just ruining the efficiency of your empire. It just doesn't work. It really doesn't. Okay, I'm just going to pick up a monument quickly, and then we need to go for settlers. Magnus is extremely useful at getting provision up so that you can get settlers. That's a really good thing, but Pingala will do you better, because connoisseur and researcher in a city with lots of population, because we're going to be working on keeping our population as high as possible. It's the most important thing you can do, because you can just see so much more of it. Yes, I'm going to lose a population every time I make a settler, but because I've got more culture, I've jumped further down the tree and I'm quicker at getting theology, which means that I can get myself temples, which means I can get more food, which means I can improve my religion, work more tiles, I've got more science, so I'm further down, and I've got construction in order to get lumber mills. Like, it all adds up, and it is brilliantly useful just to keep going and getting Pingala up and sorted in a really high population city. Creeping blizzard. Oh my god. That is just absolutely horrendous. That's just knocked 2 population off my city in one go. Please tell me, actually, 3 tiles gained fertility. Okay, so in the long run, it's going to help. It seems to put a food on this tile, a food on that tile. Anything else? No, it's just kind of burnt and destroyed everything else. from what I can tell. I know, an extra production on that tile. So, okay, oh no, that's a hills tile. I don't know what the other tile was, but oh my god, that is appalling. Everything is burning and broken. Oh my god, it took my capital down to 1 population. Oh, that is just insane. And it's not, oh fuck, right, that is absolutely atrocious. Yes, it's given me 5 extra fertility, but at the cost of 3 population lost. Oh my god, that is such a brutal storm for this point of the game. Oh, I'm actually like a little bit annoyed about that. That is brutal. At least we're going to get the population back like almost instantaneously. Normal era, that'll do. It's fine. Doesn't matter particularly. If you can get a golden era at the beginning, that's wonderful. You don't need to worry about it. Exodius of the Evangelists will normally get you more points than anything else, although 3 Inquiry for us I think is going to be better because we're going to get lots of science eurekas. Actually no, Exodius Evangelists, it's always worth doing that because it helps to basically force us to spread our religion a little bit. Let's get Garrison there. I'm just going to quickly upgrade to an archer, and then we're going to just push these barbs back who are being extremely annoying. So getting a wheel to build a lumber mill in order to, a water mill in order to boost construction. Horseback riding, building a pasture may be more of a problem. Oh, I just totally forgot to change my government, which is really annoying. How much is it to do that? 30 got, oh, okay, we'll do that in a second once we start getting to the stage where I want to build settlers. But we are, I think we just about knocked this Barb invasion off, which is good. St. Petersburg already is back up to 3 population. I fixed the shrine, I believe. Oh no, not quite yet. So the food is still to come in. About to fix that tile there. So in the longer run, this is going to be quite a good result for us because, oh yeah, look, our population is going to spike quite happily. But my god, those flipping things were just the worst. Oh, and it's actually taken improvements totally out of the game. Oh, picked up my first great writer, which helps with the culture, which is quite nice. Okay, let's see if we can find these barbs. I've got archers on the way to go and clear that area. Just highly inappropriate. That's broken. We'll go fix that one. We've got another builder on the way. This ancient wall will help massively with my fear that Norway is just going to appear from across the sea and kill me immediately, which I think is probably quite a reasonable fear. Chances of Norway appearing in any game is pretty high. Let's just leave you there for now. Some more barbs. I knew there were more. So you can see I've been letting my faith build up, and there's a reason for that. Hannibal Barca, basically the first great general. He's only ever going to be 750 faith, but you need to see if you can buy him outright. I'm doing so. But just 1 great general, that +5 that he gives, is all swordsmen and crossbows are going to get that bonus. He is amazing. I'm just picking up iron because I want to see where I need to settle effectively. I need to settle, and I need to do that quite quickly. I'm building water mills in order to get the boost, but also the food and production. And then we're going to switch, I hope, into settler mode because we need to get ourselves spread out and across the map. Even found a tribal hut here, 20 faith. It's like it wants to repair it. How much is a missionary these days? 150. I'm going to send a missionary off. You can see that Catholicism has been built by somebody, we don't know who, but Norway, who we know is near us, don't have any great profit points. That means they haven't got a religion, which means if I spread Crusade to them, they're not really going to fight it. If you have a great person that you don't need as well, actually, I'm going to use the great writer for the same purpose. Go and explore with them. They don't die. If they get killed by barbs or anyone like that, then they just get knocked back to whichever city is nearest, which is really, really handy. So use them to explore. They've got 4 movement. Oh, Norway demanding things. Here we go. Okay, iron. Do we have any iron? Even if it's in the tundra. Don't care where it is, we need some. There. Okay, that is something. So, we need to go and settle a city, get the iron so that we can get swordsmen and knight units. Both of those are super useful. Also, in an effort to make St. Petersburg super high in pop, I'm going to remove, if I can, the marsh I haven't actually got irrigation yet. No, we'll save that one for a little bit. Let's rush horse riding for now. Remember, if you put the settler lens on, you can always tell where people are. I know I can actually see the borders there, but that's where Norway is, in that direction. Using the Great Writer just to scout around. Very handy. Got the Great General doing the same thing because he's not providing any benefits here. And the missionary has already found Hamar. So Crusading Cow is going to get its first conversion. Isn't that absolutely lovely? Now, I can get an encampment going in order to start building some units up. It's going to be quite a useful thing. Have we found any horses on this area? No. No horses at all. In fact, it's not even a single pasture, I don't think, that I've found, or pasture opportunity. It's literally nothing. I'm having to grind this one out. Not that it's the worst thing in the world, but still, let's get a settler going. We need to start spreading our web across this delightful map. I like to think the Great Writer on the hill has just stood there, looking at the battles unfolding and actually writing the stuff. All the things I've seen, he says, from the top of his hill as archers fire across at each other. Oh, that was a pretty bad hit. Can I return fire? Yeah, I should be able to kill him. But this writer's seen it all. This is how George R.R. Martin got started. He just stood on top of desert hills and watched archers killing each other. Oh, the futility of it. Right, there's theology, which means temples. Temples we want to unlock as quickly as we can because we have Feed the World. The other reason I like Feed the World, what they've gone for, choral music. Cool. Feed the World means that you have to build shrines and temples in every city. It forces you to do it, which is such a good habit to get into because we're going to need as much faith as we can for later in the game. The Grand Master's Chapel is a really important building because we can turn faith directly into troops. But more than that, we can turn them into troops that we can spawn on pretty much any tile. Do you see I just used the Great Writer to get the Barbarian Camp? Yep, that's what they're good for. Cahokia, I am surprised they are still alive. I honestly would have thought Norway would have killed them by now, but sure. Let's just move my Great General in and around. I can't get through Norway's territory at the moment. They still don't like me. Respect strong navies. Ugh. I mean, honestly. See what I mean? Hannibal just got killed by a scout. Or barbarian scout. Oh, he's back again. Off he pops. Okay, where are we going to settle? Again, I like the idea of making my cities as big as possible, so I might just settle on this desert tile and then use Russia's, like, expansive territory. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could even go here. Although that is on the coast of Norway. I'm just thinking in terms of the best place to settle. I mean, it goes pop and I take all the land and I can work all these lovely tiles down there. I just want St. Petersburg to be able to work as many of these food tiles as possible, which is this ring. So I think putting a city over, maybe on this tile here, would be quite good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. Yeah, that's good. It's on a desert tile, which is pretty rubbish, but then it goes pop and actually could even go all the way to that citrus to steal that, which would be pretty cool. Don't normally have the opportunity to go through this, but the Temple of Artemis is +4 food and +3 housing in the capital. That's huge. I'm just going to go through that, see if I get it. If not, I get a huge production bonus. It was on a mine, I wasn't actually working anyway. Yeah, see if I can do it. What I'm actually doing is I'm using my Great Writer and my Great General, who are units that Norway can't move their troops through. I'm using them as a block, so they can't actually move their warriors down, and I know that my settler's safe. It's cheeky, but a very effective tactic. Some more missionaries. I'm just going to start sending them Norway's direction. Nope, they still don't have anything. The religion is not spreading, so okay, that's fine. We'll go and send Crusade to them even more. Oh, look at that. There's a lovely desert storm that's just appeared. 3 tiles for fertility. Lovely. Okay, let's just plonk this. Remember, you can always use harbours to connect yourself to the sea at a later point if that's what you need. My lava district is not going to do a huge amount for me at the moment because there's no real adjacencies, but that +2 is a useless desert tile. It's absolutely fine, and it's Feed the World is what I want rather than anything else. So here come my missionaries. I'll send a builder from actually down here. That'll be fine, and yeah, all will be well. So you're going to chuck them open borders before they can get too angry with me again. They're not going to like the fact that I just settled near them. They might tell me too much. Okay, I'm actually going to say, yes, I'll take your diplomatic favour, because I'm not going to probably settle any more. We're probably going to go to war with them before that happens. Oh, my archers just got hit. Ugh, but just spreading the religion to my own city gives me a dedication bonus. Here comes the missionaries. And more importantly, that's the temple buildings are now ready to go. So, okay, we'll see if we can get the Temple of Artemis. We'll see if we can get the settler, because I can get the iron going. But after that point, now we just need to get the regular things like craftsmanship, state workforce. We'll get Pingala up and running. Just going to move my trader to the new city as well, just so I can get some extra food going down there. It's lovely. God, there's Norwegian boats everywhere, and they are terrifying. Okay, we'll go for the smaller route because it takes less time to do. So that's lovely. Okay, there is a scout that is just hovering around and being really annoying. I really wish it wouldn't do that. Send my missionary up. Got lots of missionaries now. This is all fine. There you go. Construction already boosted. Lumber mills. Lumber mills, honestly. We want every single tile in our empire to be improved, and this is the start of that. Norway have got a lot of cities, actually. Huge amount of cities. They also have a lot of army strength, or wall strength, because their Viking longships give a lot of strength to their cities, but nothing we can't get our crusading missionaries through. We actually managed to get the Temple of Artemis. That's pretty damn good for our capital. That means we're going to have loads and loads of food coming in. Right, get the temple going. I'm just going to actually do this on Moscow, just to remind myself, because there's another 3 food and 2 housing. The housing is almost more important, because we're going to get some serious growth going in our cities. You can see, look, no barbarians on my land, because I've got the slingers all well positioned and ready to go. That is beautiful. I got distracted. I'm now going towards irrigation briefly, just so I can work these tiles, so I can get some amenities in. It's always worth trading for as many amenities as you can get. Keep an eye on this. If you go in here into the resources tab, you can see who's got what. If anyone has any duplicates, trade with them immediately. State workforce, okay, for military tradition, and then we'll go for a government after that point. Still spreading my religion. We may even go to a golden age. If we can get a golden age, that would be fantastic, because then we can do our favourite thing of turning faith into settlers. Oh, I've got a governor title. Oops, totally missed that one. Significant blizzard. Oh, don't you dare blizzard me again. Oh, this is, I mean, frustrating to say the least. We need researcher Pingala so that I can go towards irrigation and then lumber mills really quickly. And I just need to quickly whip out a builder before I get the temple, just so I can go and fix everything. This is inevitably going to break. Actually, no, screw that. We're going to go for the temple. And we're going to switch. We've got pottery, and then we'll go towards construction, and I can use my builder that was waiting so carefully here. I'm just going to bring him down. So this is how good Feed the World is. Like 10 turns to get a granary, which is 1 food and 2 housing. Same pretty much production, 3 food, 2 faith, and then also 2 housing because of the religion. It's amazing. Right, the temple is only 1 turn away, construction is only 2 turns away, so we're going to get lumber mills everywhere. Look how many of the tundra tiles this city wants to work. 1, 2, 3 already that haven't got lumber mills on them, and that will be more. Norway is still settling, which is lovely. Well, actually, we're going to use our missionary just to follow wherever that settler goes. The capital is looking pretty good. Yeah, once the lumber mills are up, we're going to focus on getting an encampment up, and then we're going to build the infrastructure. As I say, oh, the food. The food is so good. You've got 11 from buildings, which is Temple of Artemis, Temple, Watermill, Shrine. It's so good. I mean, we've got an incredibly prosperous city in the middle of tundra. I've only got 1 really food tile in my empire, and it doesn't matter because we're doing just fine. We've also just settled on the iron, so the iron is now coming in per turn, which is lovely. Stirrups we can go towards to get ourselves knights, which are really hard hitting, or we can immediately go for iron working, which is what we're going to do. Here we go, the joy of a lumber mill. Plonk. Oh, it's 4 production. St. Petersburg is now on 28 production, and we didn't even need work ethic. If we had work ethic, we wouldn't be working so many tiles. It's a totally false economy. Yes, you get lots and lots of faith from your holy site. I get that. It's really, really good. But it's not the be-all and end-all. And look, they just settled the city, and then plonk. Lovely. Golden Age time. How many turns? We actually got loads of turns, and we were happily on that one. Okay, right, just keep pumping out those builders. Thank you very much. Look at that one. 5 production tile, that. Nice. And finally, a very special shout out to Scott Stratton and Major King Kong for all of your help on Patreon, as well as everybody else who likes, subscribes, comments on videos, joins Discord. You guys keep me going. Thank you very much.